And of course, still tuned into Vision 2030 right here on Channel Africa Radio. Right now, we're joined by Andrew Walker, who's the CEO of South African Property Investors Network. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm very good, and you?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Now, first things first, firstly tell us more about what SA Property Investors Network actually does.
Yes, sure. So the SA Property Investors Network is a company that's set up to go across South Africa to educate and transform individuals to invest into property. So what we do is we enable that through connecting people and showing people that anyone can do property. All they need is two things. They need the right education and they've got to be connected to the right people.
Yeah.
If they can get it, regardless of your background, regardless of how much money you have, anyone can do property.
Now, you're saying anyone can do property. What does the Investor of the Year Awards actually seek to achieve?
Sure. So if I give you a quick background to Investor of the Year Awards. So as I said, we go across the country, right? Bloemfontein, Joburg, Soweto, Cape Town, Durban, everywhere. And, I thought to myself, we're always going out there and we're running events, but why don't we encourage investment? Why don't we encourage people to say, look, enter into the Investor of the Year. There's zero cost and anyone can enter in the public. You don't need to be a member of SAPN. And what we're trying to achieve is we're trying to show South Africa that there's 10 contestants tonight, of which these 10 contestants are just your average Joes. It's someone that had an idea about doing property, and we've got 4 different categories, right? The beginner category. So we've got 3 guys tonight who they bought their very first property, but we want to find out, how did you buy it? What challenges did you face? How did you overcome those challenges? And then, of course, we have your most growth, your big leagues for the developers, the more advanced people. And what we're trying to achieve is, my goal for tonight is to celebrate, to say well done and celebrate and actually have some fun, because we get so busy working hard. Let's have some fun tonight. And on top of that is to spread the word, to say that when you join as a member of SAPN, you can change your life.
Speaking of challenges, what are the challenges actually facing investing in property in South Africa?
Good question. I would say the number one challenge is the mindset or idea that because I wasn't born into money and because I don't have the cash, therefore I can't invest. Because the word investing in property, if you think about it, when you use those words, it triggers only the rich can do it.
Yeah.
But there are ways and means and there's strategies of how I show people how you can buy properties without going to the bank. So an individual that has no money or little money and they cannot go to the bank because they may be unemployed, I can show them how, as a property entrepreneur, how we can still make money through property.
And I'd love to get those lessons on. Okay?
Absolutely. I'll give you my number, huh?
Thank you. I will gladly take it. Now, please take us through some of the categories tonight and that you have, and the judges, because we heard you speaking about beginners and people who have also been in the league for quite some time.
So there's 4 main categories. There's the beginner category, and the one line behind that is, if you have bought your first property, we want to know about it. The second category is the most growth. So an individual who's buying a lot of properties, they might have bought 10 or 12 in a year, for example. So someone who's really accelerating that. Then we've got the exciting one. That's the innovative. These guys have been so creative as to how they've raised their money, how they've done the deal. It could be that they've got the seller to be the bank, that they borrowed money from that investor, that they did an installment sell. The list goes on here, right? And then you got the big leagues. These are guys that have they've been buying residential, for example, and now they're stepping up to the big leagues. Now they're doing commercial. Now they're doing developments. So we will choose one winner per category, and then what we'll do is we'll then choose one contestant to be the Investor of the Year. And the great thing about tonight is not only do we have the 6 judges, the whole audience will be voting. So we give them a link. And with 200 people voting for the Investor of the Year. And with the judges, like I was saying, there's 6. I'm one of the judges. You've got Paul from Just Property, the CEO. We've got Oscar from Absa Bank Home Loans. We've got Voyiswa from SABIB, the South African Institute of Black Property Practitioners, and Silner Stain from SSLR. So it's going to be an awesome evening.
Oh, that's amazing. So can you tell us if there are any more opportunities with regards to property investment at the moment in your view?
Are there, in opportunities.
Yes.
Absolutely. So look, everyone's got their own strategy, right?
Yeah.
There's developers who focus on buying land and developing. But I would say for the masses in South Africa, where I personally see the opportunity for guys like you and myself, is if we can deal or work in the space below $1 million, that price range is turning and people are making a lot of money. And the great thing is when you get involved in that market, you can buy and sell, you can buy and rent. If things go wrong, providing we've bought at the right price, you can always get out of the deal. You see, for beginners, if they start investing in 8 million rand properties and one deal goes wrong, that could be you knocked out the market. But that's why you've got to come to the SA Property Investors Network to get the right education.
And to also make calculated
Yes,
which is
100%.
Now, Valerie, before we let you go inside, is the inclusive economy possible in Africa ahead of 2030?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I've been speaking to a lot of the leading experts in South Africa, and I'm getting more positivity than negativity now.
Yeah.
You know how you hear all this uncertainty and, you know, negative things about the economy, but, you know, like, and I mean, like, recently, like this month, a lot of big top hitters I've been speaking to are actually very positive with the outlook. There are a lot of opportunities for us as South Africans in this country.
Amazing.
You know what? I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm definitely a new property owner.
Good.
This year at the age of 27.
Well
thank
done.
you.
Well done.
So
That is
thank
also
you
so
so
amazing.
much.
So maybe, hopefully next year, if when we go inside, I can keep my ears open so that next year, you guys, I can win the beginners.
Yes,
property
absolutely. You just got to enter.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is of course CEO of SA Property Investors Network, Andrew Walker. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.